Hello, hello, JJ DiGeronimo here. I'm so honored to bring the mystics, lightworkers, and healers that have come together on the Together We Seek podcast. We have so many amazing souls that are working on really just such glorious work that this is the time they share it with each other. We ask questions, we get connected, and many of us go to each other's events and we work with each other. Many of the people in the Together We Seek community I have had individual sessions with. I've gone to their retreats, they've come to my retreats, and vice versa with everyone who's joining us. There's a couple things I want to share today. First and foremost, everybody who puts events in the Together We Seek community, I am sharing those in my newsletter to my community. So hopefully you're getting some connections and leads. There's a retreat area right in the community. So I think if anybody wants to get a little bit more exposure, I will put the link in the chat and you can share your event there. Second, for anyone who's in Cleveland, there's a premiere of a movie called Frequency, which is June 3rd in Cleveland Heights at the Heights Theater. So there's going to be a lot of lightworkers and healers and mystics there. It's on Eventbrite that is already in the retreat area of the community of Together We Seek, so you can grab it. Third, Mary's on the call today, Mary Jane, and we are going to be doing a live channeling event of the Isles of Avalon. So there's 6 seats available. This is free to anybody in the membership. You come and you have an experience with one of our light workers, healers, and mystics. It's a beautiful experience. It's May 21st. I think 2 of the seats are already taken. So if you want one of the seats, you can either pop it in the chat or send me a message and Carolina will get you the link for that. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, Judy brought this to my attention this week, and I think it's a great kickoff, and maybe Judy, you can talk about it too, is if there's anybody on Substack, I would love to follow you. Maybe we can start following each other. There is a woman, Julie, that Judy called me this week and brought it to my attention, and she is fabulous. She runs a soapbox memberships, and she helps healers, lightworkers, mystics, coaches expand their network on Substack. So if you are on Substack, I'd love to follow you and maybe vice versa, but she does a lot of really interesting, I think I've watched so many of her videos since you called me, Judy. And again, this is the benefit of this community. Judy called me, it's like, you've got to start following this woman. I'm in a community, I pass with her, and she's all about getting our voices in a platform that's more creative. It's not like LinkedIn or Instagram. It's actually a very creative, holistic, high vibe energy. And I found some great light workers, and I spoke to a woman just this week from the community. She's 76 years old, and she called me after connecting in the community, and she started talking about spirituality in the 80s on TV, and she is just such a light, and there's so many beautiful people out there, and I think it'll just expand our network and connection. So with that, I'm so honored you're all here, and I'm going to pass it over to Tammy.
Thanks so much for creating this space for us, JJ. I'm really excited to be here today and share what I'm working on and a little bit about who I am. So I'm Tammy Waldron. I founded Towanda Wellbeing and the Rise Center for Intuitive Healing Arts. And I'm a teacher of energy medicine, and I help people expand their gifts and also use those gifts to help themselves to regulate their nervous system, to regulate their energy flow, and then bring it into their practice. So I serve therapists, integrative health practitioners, clinicians. That's a really stressful space, and it seems to be getting more and more stressful all the time. And these tools are practical to use on the floor, in the moment, in your sessions with your clients and your patients. My students, it just has really expanded how they show up so that they can stay grounded and centered, to not absorb the energy of what they're working with, to be able to maintain their energy so they're not exhausted at the end of the day and having that carryover from day to day to day, which is what leads to burnout and exhaustion. And I'm passionate about this because we need our healthcare workers, right? We lean on them, and it's not an or, it's an and. Bringing these gifts together to expand our impact and our reach and really bring a higher level of intuition into our world and into our practice. I'm launching a course where I'm teaching people these skills and then also holding a container so that we can practice together. I think that's the missing piece. And anyone who is an energy practitioner is welcome to come and practice with us, because I know when I was learning and growing, I didn't have a space to do that. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. And yeah, that's the work I do. Thanks.
Beautiful. And thank you. I am so excited to be part of this group. Let's just say I've been seeking you and I found you. So thank you so much. And I am Mary Jane Brigger, and I am a mystic wise woman, seer, scribe, and voice of the Divine Mother and the Sacred Sisterhood. And I am owner and editor of the Mystics Grove online magazine. I don't need this help, please. Okay, excuse me. We all got cats, right? Which is currently being updated to be a free online mystery school. I have just returned from a 4-day training in Wisconsin in higher consciousness, telepathy, and mindsight training. And with that brought the final puzzle piece to upgrading and updating Mystics Grove to one that is, I'm still writing things down. Be patient with me. We're still working this out. To bridging consciousness with greater communication to our higher self and the benevolent beings of the cosmos. And this is interdimensional work, which some of you are probably very familiar with, which Avalon is a dimension. That is a dimension that came to me some time ago. They've been up there waiting to come forward and help women to find their wholeness, their harmony, and their balance, and the healing of their souls to move forward. The rise of the divine feminine is here. Currently, my services are being revamped, but I do offer group, private, and online Celtic journeys to Avalon. I have been doing this for quite a while now, with the help of Lenny. For quite a while now, both monthly, I have done private sessions and group, which I said I'll do online and in person, which any of those attending the online journey that I'll be presenting on May 21st, you'll be able to experience it right there. But I am really looking forward to being here. I will have more information as I meet with my team next week who helped me with the Mystics Grove magazine. I have a Celtic Druid to work with. I have an Ascension Specialist, intergalactic communicator, and more. So we're very excited, and we're getting excited to meet together next week to pull in all the information that we had from our weekend in Wisconsin. So thank you. I look forward to you, and what a great day. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Donna Bond. I want to jump in here because Mary Jane, I'm just so excited. I have deep roots to Avalon, and you can read all about that in my book, Original Wisdom, Harness the Power of the Authentic You. In chapter 12, I articulate my past life experience there, which was really something else. I am a spiritual psychology life coach and a soul catalyst. I spent nearly 30 years in corporate land, had a spiritual awakening, and have found my way into this work now more than a decade ago. I'm a guide for the Gene Keys, and what I'm most excited to tell you about today is a new 6-month journey that is launching on June 6th called Mining Treasures from the Trove. This is an adjunct group in conjunction with the Sage's Golden Path Gene Key Venus Sequence Retreat that is being led by Richard Rudd with the Gene Keys. The work that I do is really helping individuals align with the power and the wisdom of their souls into their day-to-day life, and all of the things that need to be realigned and rearranged and come into cooperation so that that can happen. And it is the individual work that we all do to participate in the collective evolution that is taking place on the planet today. We all came for this. I'm happy to be here with all of you. JJ, much love. Good morning.
Okay, I'll go. That is so beautiful. It's so synchronistic. Here, while you're talking about Avalon, someone is touching my hair, and I'm sure this is Mother Mary or Grandmama Anna. So I'm Mary. I'm a physical medium. I call my sessions divine healing because Mother Mary actually comes through my body. I am just a vessel. She comes through my body, Saint Germain, any of the ascended masters, the Holy Spirit, God, Source, just moves through me to bring these miraculous healings that go through. And I love to do that. I'm also a spiritual teacher and an artist. And my main focus is to help others remember the love, the wisdom, and divine light within themselves. So basically, I walk as a bridge between the physical and non-physical. That's how I always introduce myself, because people don't understand what physical medium is. It's very rare. And it's basically, I am able to take form. You will be able to see the form of Mother Mary in my face as a veil, similar to a veil, or any other ascended master or a galactic being that I will channel. And also, I love teaching. I love mentoring. I have two doctors I'm mentoring, and a physical therapist I'm mentoring. And like Tammy said, the doctors are coming, they need our help, but these doctors are actually mentoring so that they could actually open up spiritually, so that they get in tune with their innate ability, so that they can actually talk to the higher self of the patient and see what's going on in reality, right? Instead of meds, we're getting away from meds because everything is energy. And I feel that energy is going to be what we do, right? That's how we heal people, and it's just amazing. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I do a weekly free global meditations. It started with global peace meditations every Sunday, but they've expanded it where there's transmissions, there's teachings, there's activations, and like I've had a couple of ascended masters come through, and it's been just powerful, opening up the heart space and then beginning to move it through our bodies and outward, right? Because it all begins with us. So it's just, that's really amazing. And I'm honored to be launching my Heart by Marianela Sacred Art Photography collection in New York City, which some of it, I'll just post it here. I'll just close my window so you could see this is one of them. And if you look at the top of the angel wing, there's a Knights Templars sign, their logo. And that'll be happening this month. And then in June, I'll be doing the Heart Remembrance course level 1, which is basically to serve healers and again, mystics, to help them remember who they are. And yeah, and in August, I'll be one of the healers at the International Association for Near-Death Studies in Washington. And at the heart of all my work is one simple intention, is to help others return to love, because that's who we are. That's who we're remembering who we are, and everything is. So that's why everything that I do is remembrance, 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 because truly that is the only thing we need to remember. It's remember who we are. So it's the light that we carry within ourselves, and we, once we have that light, we just reverberate it outward. So sorry I took more than 3 minutes, but I want to thank you, and I want to thank all these amazing mystics here, amazing light workers that I know most of you, and if I don't, I've seen your face here, but yeah, I love you all. We're family for sure, coming together again. Thank you, JJ.
I'd like to follow Mary. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle, and I am the founder of Come Home to Your Heart. It just really resonates with Mary, with what you said and what everyone else has said so far. I am a crystal skull wisdom oracle. I channel, I do psychic mediumship. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I do past life regressions. And my biggest mission is to, very much like Mary just said, help people remember their gifts, come home to their heart, really, which is the seat of everything. It's the very first organ that's created in the creation of a body. And so I feel that it's so important. I have my own channeled energy healing technique, which is called the crystal frequency attunement. And that is an energy technique that assists in fine-tuning your channel to your higher self so that we can hear more clearly and get more specific guidance from our own selves, because I really feel like I love empowering people, like helping them empower themselves. And my offerings I have coming up May 16th and 17th is an online crystal skull workshop. And it is to learn to connect with crystal skulls, to speak with them, to learn how to utilize them in healing and readings. They're very important beings, especially right at this point in time. And I also do a live event the last Friday of every month at CLE Urban Winery called Seance in the Cellar. It is not a scary thing. It is where people connect with their loved ones for healing and forgiveness, because we can do that whether the person is here or not. And sometimes it's easier to do that once they've passed. So it's a very uplifting experience. And then the other thing that I have coming up Tuesdays in July, the from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., a hybrid class that is teaching people connect again with their higher wisdom. It's called Tuning Into Your Channel. And it is about connecting with your guides, connecting with the crystal skulls, connecting with the angelic realm, connecting with your ancestors, just how to reconnect with all the beings of love that have healing messages and support for everyone. And I just want to say, JJ, thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm so blessed to be here with all of you amazing people. I've seen some of you online, and I'm very excited to be part of this. So thank you.
All right, I guess I'll jump in. Hey, Graham Skidmore, hey, thanks for having me. I feel, I guess I paused because all of you are so this is exactly who I am. This is what I do, and it flows. And I'm still in that phase of trying to, kind of become comfortable with what I'm speaking about. So appreciate your patience. So our work, I'm a co-founder of the Harmony Health Institute, and our belief is that right now we should be investing in humans. AI is a great tool, but we need to be investing in humans. And so our focus is providing a scalable health and wellness model to treat people as individual physiologies, right? Because the pushback from, healthcare models is that, hey, if everybody's a snowflake, then how can you have scalable care? And especially for the people here that recognize that humans are more than the traditional five senses, we struggle to get the proper care and access to the resources and practitioners and everything else, that we need. And so it's kind of, in this group, I can say it's a health and wellness system for the non-normies, I guess. But, because I'm, don't want to not include anybody, I just don't kind of phrase it that way. As far as, and also, so obviously we don't focus on any individual modality. What we do is we work around and build the system around an individual, their goals, what they're wanting to accomplish in life, and then connect them with the appropriate practitioners, provide them the framework to help them get the most out of it and adopt and integrate the various modalities into their day-to-day living. As far as myself personally, and, as a contributor, what I enjoy talking about is Earth's divine intelligent design, and sharing about how so many of our problems as societies and individuals come as a result of the conflict between the man-made intelligent design, the divine intelligent design, and especially as individuals, how the guilt, shame, fear, trauma, anxiety manifest themselves on us physically, and helping people to recognize those, or I should say, I guess what would you say? Yeah, recognize how those are having an adverse effect on their life and recognize them as catalysts for their personal growth as part of their individualized journey so that they can transform them into learning experiences. And then obviously whatever illnesses, ailments, other things like that are affecting them, go away as a byproduct of that. And so we're just kind of getting started. I'm starting to get out there on podcasts talking about it. The reception has been very great from both traditional and non-traditional, right? I just had a conversation with maybe the Dean Emeritus of the University of Berkeley School of Medicine. So that's pretty traditional. And he's like, and so when I talk to people like that, and they're like, yeah, we definitely need to figure out how to provide this better individualized care. And then obviously people in this community who definitely weren't, some generalities, who typically weren't fully served by the traditional medical community growing up, right? And finding that common ground, is reassuring as I'm, still getting my legs underneath me. And as a nonprofit, I'm now starting to get out, talk about it, and honing down the pitch, figuring out what resonates with different groups to meet them where they're at, and asking for the money as we start our pilot program and getting started.
Hello, everybody. My name's Judy Onorato, otherwise known as Judy O, and I'm up outside of Toronto in Canada. And my specialty is helping a lot of entrepreneurs and healers like yourselves when we're in that place of uncertainty. I mean, we're living in a world of uncertainty and we've got our guidance, but it's that place where this isn't happening fast enough, or when is this going to happen, or when's the best time for me to launch something or move into something. And by using astrology, Western astrology, Chinese astrology, and other Chinese metaphysics and numerology, they're my tools to really connect in and see what's true for you. I call myself a guide. I'm definitely not a coach because tend to be I'll say one-off sessions, but it can be a continuum of one-off sessions where a lot comes through. I'm also intuitive. A lot comes through that then you go off and you work with it on your own. My clients are all intelligent. They've got the mental piece, but it's more of the emotional clarity. And that just knowing that you're on the right track when the intuition is, telling you, yeah, okay, I'm pushing something that really does need this much time to come through. And there's grace and ease when we do that. So I also next week, I've got a vision retreat coming up, and it's very much about your soul vision. It's not about pasting a whole bunch of pictures on your board of, I want the boat and the plane. Like it really is allowing what's inside to, or around us, wherever it is, come through so that we can see it. And again, giving us that confirmation and certainty within ourselves. And the other piece of that is that piece of when we're in that core certainty within ourselves as professionals, we can express ourselves differently. We can get our message across. We can market ourselves. So there is a piece of it relating to branding and relating to our marketing. But I'm kind of that in-between place of giving you what you need for the certainty on. So then when you go out there and the timing for it, when you go out there, you're coming through with this centeredness within yourself that is, and that grounded centeredness. There's so much of this fake it till you make it. I mean, not in this group, but there's this pull of where do we go into the human side or the business side where we're staying within in this soul path. So it's that dance that I work with. And my ask is anybody else on Substack and using it? From what I learned in this 5-day webinar piece, it's only a little piece, but it really does seem like it's a really, if you're sharing knowledge and wisdom, it feels like it's the next stage. Like I know a lot of us are doing stuff on LinkedIn, but it feels like it's a build on top of LinkedIn, some of what we're already doing there, and the opportunity to monetize and to raise up as a group, because you're able to, and I've just opened the door to it. So I'm not one to know what to do, but you can actually stack each other's work or videos or something so that you can help, build this connection between us all. So it's pretty exciting. Early days, but for me, but exciting. So if anybody's got any experience at it, I would love to hear. Thanks. And thanks, JJ, as always.
Hi, I'm Lori Reese Spivey, and I'm an energy alchemist, and I serve women healing from spiritual, physical, and mental traumas. I myself was hit head on by a drunk driver and sustained a traumatic brain injury a number of years ago, and Western medicine could not fix my frontal lobe, but energy medicine did. And so I have dedicated myself to really helping women in that space. I do a lot of connecting the gateway in your mind to your physical body and unraveling all of the stories that we hold in our bodies. And I do that through meditation, Reiki, reflexology, and Akashic record reading.
So beautiful. I'm so happy to know all of you, and it's been just a lovely start to 2026. Hopefully you're all doing the self-care. I've spent some time. I went to Lori's retreat with Cassandra a couple weeks ago on a Sunday, which was so nourishing. I met Tammy online for a one-on-one, which I would highly recommend. That was incredible. Mary and I were out at Waterwood activating the space just about 10 days ago. So I feel like this is such a beautiful community of people that can help you connect, activate, lean in, and even create some self-care spaces. So I just want to thank all of you for joining us here. And for everybody listening, all the links are below of the practitioners. So please reach out to them, schedule your sessions, join the retreats, join the activations that so many of them are hosting. It really does enrich your soul and help you remember.